to do a Christmas card, and I'm actually doing it, I'm on the MB Treasurista guest design team for 3 months, and for this month, what I'm doing today is, the theme is wintry Christmas, so it's these 4 colours. So to match it best up, I've basically gone through my whole entire stash and tried to match it up as good as I can. Okay, and found basically what I'm going to use. Okay, so to match it up the best colours that I had, I've actually got, for this pink tone down here, I've got a Victorian velvet, Tim Holtz, and Misty can order this in for you guys if you want it. And the red here, I'm using fried brick distress stain, but I've just put it into a bottle with some water. Okay, so that's just a spray bottle that I had. Okay, again, Misty can get these in for you, and it looks like this. Okay, and also I'm going to be using this colour in the mint, and it comes from the Madhatter range from Lindy's, and again, this is Misty can get this in for you. It's called the Madhatter Mint, and it's this colour right here, and it's perfect for the green, as you guys can see right here. So that's the green colour I've got to do, and this is the green, this is the red, and here's the red, and then I've got this colour here, which is this green, this mint. Okay, and this blue here is one that I've made using luminaire powder from my stash, because I tried to match the colours as much as I could. Sometimes it's a bit difficult, but I've used this colour right here. So it's luminaire teal zircon. So that's the colour there that it's made. So that matched very well, I thought. So they're the colours I'm using, and if the colours are too strong, I've also got distress stain in picket fence to go over. So what I'm going to do to start off with, I've got out some stencils from my stash, which Misty also has in store, or can order them in for you. I'm using this Prima one, so I really like it. It's like a Art Deco-y design. The number is on the back, item number 569471, and I'm going to use the Crafters Workshop Art Is stencil. And you guys know I love this stencil, so I use this all the time. So as you see, Art Is. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got some texture paste down, and I've got my spatula. And basically what I'm going to do is have lots of textures and lots of stamping, lots of spraying, and then I'm going to do lots on the background and then start building up. So to start off with, I'm going to take my stencils. I don't really know where my clusters are going for now, but I'm just going to randomly put different stencils all over the place. I'm just going to grab some wet ones, as you know. I like to be prepared. Got my wet ones out, and I've just cut a plain piece of white cardstock from, I believe it's from Kaisercraft, yes it is, and it's called Coconut, okay, which are thinner, and I don't like to use these as card base. I love Kaisercraft stuff, but I do not like their cardstock. But for what I'm doing with it, with the sprays and things, it's fine, because it'll be going onto a card base, where I wouldn't be using this as a card base because it is a weaker cardstock. Okay. Just going to put my stencil down. And I'm opening my texture paste. This is my homemade texture paste. Using this recipe, there is a video in my videos if you guys have a look. And it makes really good texture paste. Okay, so I'm just going to randomly put it on. Try to go the same way, then it doesn't go under the stencil. Okay, I'm just scraping off some excess. And I like to keep as much as I can and save it. Okay, and I'm just going to lift it. Just be careful when lifting, because we don't want it to be hodgy-bodgy. I'm just neatening it up. Okay, I'm going to quickly heat set this and I'll be right back. Prima stencil, so that's heat set, so it's all dry. And I'm going to put this over. And again, I'm going to randomly put it in spots. But I want it straight to start off with, underneath. Gonna heat set that, and I'll be. Next, what I've got is I'm going to take some cheesecloth that I got in my kit, and I'm also going to grab some lace in a minute, and I'm going to start cutting and adding it basically to my layout. So I'm just going to grab some scissors. Okay, this is the cheesecloth I got from Treasurista. This stuff is great. Never worked with real cheesecloth, so it's really cool. Something a bit different. So I'm going to just cut it across. We just want little pieces. Okay. And I'm going to cut this bit off that's like a finished part. Don't want that part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I want this to be really mixed media, okay? So I'm going to cut some strips at all different lengths. Oops. So we've got those 2 bits, 3 bits. Okay, and I'm going to, I think that's going to be enough. Don't want it too overboard. That's plenty. There's one extra, just in case. Okay, and I'm just going to randomly put it in spots. Okay, so I've got 5 pieces. I'm just going to put it under something so it doesn't keep flying away. Okay. Got my glue, and I'm just going to put it randomly in spots. And I'm just going to get rid of that glue. Okay. We don't want those stringy bits in the middle. I'm just going to get rid of those first. Oops. Okay. Okay, grab my cheesecloth. And I'm going to put it across my piece of paper. Grab my scissors. Okay. Next piece. Gonna put it here. Okay, we need another piece. Let that be cut off. It's a bit too high. So let's hope that works out. With this, I really don't know where I'm going with it, so just going. Okay. Just get rid of this rubbish. Okay. So as you can see, it's just added a little bit of texture in the background. And I'm just going to get a bit more glue there, because we want it stuck well. Okay. Just going to cut this bit off on the side. Sorry guys, I'm out of focus. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add, just thinking for a second, going to be adding some items from my DT box, and I'll be right. And I've also got some lace. So I'm just going to put some skinny tape along first. It just gives it extra staying power, and I also glue it. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to hold on to these pieces. These guys think it doesn't look like much yet, but it'll look like something at the end. I promise. And then we're just going to get the tape stuck, and it is a little bit harder because of the dimension. We got it. Okay. And I'm just going to run some glue along that. And I'm going to glue this one from Treasurista also. Just checking the sides. It's got like a iridescent pearl off it. Love it. So I thought it looked like snowflakes. Actually, I'm going to bring it in closer, because I don't know what I'm putting in the middle yet. What do you think? So that's but so far. Okay, this is the other piece that I've got left over, so I'm going to cut off those rubbish. I don't like halves of things. No, I don't want that. Okay. Yeah, I might use that instead. Yep. Yep. But you can still see. You can still see the cheesecloth underneath. That's what I like about it. I'm just doing my tape. I'm going to stick it to my leg this time. It's easier and it seems to catch a bit better. It does take a couple goes though. Or my table it sticks to. Now you know why my table's so red. All the adhesives. So I wouldn't recommend it to people that have good desks. Get it. We're going to put it on. And you can still see that cheesecloth poking out. There we go. Sticking everywhere. Okay. Get off me. And I'm going to stick this down here. That's what I've done so far. I don't think I'm going to go any more because I don't want to overfill it. Okay. I think now what I'm going to do is just quickly put my heat gun on. I'm just going to clean that area. I don't know if I should put some more up here. No, I don't think so. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sprays. I was going to wait till it was all complete, but I want the background done before I put the flowers on. So I'm going to do this. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to heat set it and then I'm going to add some green to it. Right, I'm going to finish it and I'll be right back. All I've done is the camera wouldn't go back on, but it's sprayed, it's dried, and what I've done is I've just distressed the edges and then I've just started deciding what I'm going to do with the rest of it. So I'm using a doily that come in my design team package, so I'm going to put that over. That's the problem with mixed media, you never know how much you're going to cover up, but you still do see the background, which I really like. And I'm going to put this over the top, and I'm going to put this die cut over the top again, and then I'm thinking of having this going across like that, and then I'm going to have my cluster here. So I'm just going to distress the edges of this, as you guys know what I do. Okay. going to distress this and I'll be right back. Now what I'm going to do, and I've also stuck it to a stronger base so that it wasn't so corrugated. This die here is this one, which is by Empress, and it's called the Antique Frame, and the brand is Empress. Okay, and the other one I've used is this one right here. It's a Mary Ann design, this one, and it's called LR0240. So it's very pretty, this one actually, and you get the two little bits and the little flourish. Okay, so I'm going to use my doilies. So these are the new doilies at MB Treasurista, and they're very embossed. Hope that's showing up. I'm just going to get rid of this so I've got more room. Okay, now I'm going to glue this down. Because the middle is going to be covered, it doesn't matter with the glue, even though it is such a pretty doily. I'll put that way. Okay. Sorry about my hands. They're a bit mucky. Okay, don't worry about the dimension because it'll be covered as we go along. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this. As you see, it's just sort of poking out. I'm going to 3D this out. So I'm using my 3D squares that I got at a local discount store. So I'm just going to... I put a lot of squares on my work because I don't like it beveled. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you don't put the right amount of squares, it kind of starts to bevel. And I don't like that. Rather it be perfect. Okay. And I'm just going to take these all off. So, that. Hope you guys are all getting ready for Christmas. Our tree's up. So, that's good. And we're all Christmased. Like all shopped, so we were done a while back, me and my mum, so that was pretty good. So, okay, so I'm going to add this on top. And I like it to be symmetrical. And we're going to put it here. And the same, just going to go over the top. Okay, I'll do the same. You can also get tape that's like a 3D. I guess it's up to you, your preference. Okay, I'm just going to take these off. A moment. Okay, nearly done. It's good when you've got nails, you can just pop it off. Okay, there's that one. Okay. So I'm going to put it about, I'm going to just stand up. And thinking the Noel can go across the front. How good does that look? Okay, so I'm going to glue the Noel and get rid of the strings. Just use my paintbrush for that. I don't like strings. Okay. How good does that look? Okay. Haven't stuck it to a card base yet, but I will. Most definitely. Okay. And then what I'm thinking is just a huge cluster here, so I'm just going to sort of put things. So I'm going to go with it. And hopefully it looks good in the end. Kind of just want it here, so I'm going to cut this off. And I like it frayed, so that's going to kind of come out here, and same with the top half. Okay, so okay. So I'm just going to cut a bit off. We don't want it too tall. Okay. And I'm going to use SeamBinding that I used to soak up the mess. And I coloured my flowers using Treasurista's flowers, which are all Wild Orchid, most of them except the Prima ones. And what I did was I just used the same spray while I was spraying before when the camera stopped. Okay, so this is a flower I made of one of the big ones that look like this. And then I just added a metal piece in the middle and one of the pearls that I got in my kit. Okay, how good does that look? Okay, and I'm going to cut this. I coloured that using the blue, and I coloured this using the green. Okay. So I don't want that too high up. There we are. No, I'm probably not going to use them now. It's a bum. So that's it so far. I'm going to grab two of the leaves. And this bit. So this is going to go up here. Gotta work out some leaves. Oops, I got two there. No, I'm not going to put leaves in because it hides it too much. Okay, and then I'm going to get my stems. And I'm going to curl my stems. Oops. And I'm going to curl my stems a bit more. And I'm going to wrap it around like I do. Okay. I'm going to cut one shorter. And I'm going to put my glue in and glue it up here. Then I'm going to do the same. Get the other one, and I'll probably just add a bud maybe. And this one won't be as, this will be more curly. Clip it and twist. Okay, I'm just going to make it a bit shorter. Glue. make that a bit shorter. And put that on the other end. And I'm probably going to add a little butterfly. The paper I use is this one that I got from Treasurista. And I'm just going to grab, actually I'm just going to just put these away for a second. And the wheat sprays come in a number of colours, as you can see there. Just going to grab my butterfly punch. I've got the two. So I've got some leftovers from that frame. So I'm just going to punch. Oh, come on. Okay. What I'm thinking is maybe just having, actually no. Not liking that, so I'm going to go for the next colour. Yeah, maybe use that one. Okay, punched. And I'm thinking of just gluing it here. No, I'm not liking it. And here is my project. So I'm just going to add it to a card base, and that's about it. That's it done. See ya. Bye.